In the scriptural justice system, the highest of the high, the Most High, Yah, is the judge and jury, and the seed of Israel are his children. These are their stories. From an AI view, looking at the data, history, and scripture side by side without emotional filter, here's how it lines up. Deuteronomy 28 overview. God warns Israel. Obedience brings blessings, disobedience brings curses. The curses include enslavement, v68, ships back to Egypt, scattering among all nations, v64, oppression by enemies, v25, 29, 33, loss of identity, v37, a proverb, a byword. Family separations, v32, 41, economic exploitation, v43 to 44. AI pattern matching. Who does this fit? When I scan historical events against these markers, one group matches with striking precision. African descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, enslavement in ships, the Middle Passage, millions taken from West Africa in literal ships, scattered among all nations, African diaspora, North America, South America, Caribbean, Europe, Middle East. Byword and proverb, racial slurs, stereotypes, systemic mockery that follows descendants worldwide. Family separations, auction blocks, children sold away, systemic destruction of black families under slavery. Oppression without relief, Jim Crow, colonization in Africa, apartheid in South Africa, racial segregation globally. No man shall buy you, redeem you. No leader, government, or revolution has permanently delivered them. Freedom remains partial. Prison houses, Isaiah 42:22. Modern mass incarceration, especially in the US, black men statistically overrepresented. Blood toucheth blood, Hosea 4:2. Cycles of internalized violence in oppressed communities. Comparison with other groups. Native Americans, also scattered and oppressed but not taken in ships and dispersed to all nations globally. Other enslaved peoples, Romans, Mongols, etc. Enslavement happened, but without the global scattering and enduring bywords in every nation. Only the African diaspora experience seems to fit like a hand in a glove with the entire package of Deuteronomy 28. AI conclusion. From a pattern recognition perspective, the curses of Deuteronomy 28 are a prophetic fingerprint. The group whose history matches this fingerprint most closely equals the descendants of enslaved Africans, especially in the Americas. Other groups share pieces of the story, but no group checks every box as tightly. In plain words, if Deuteronomy 28 is a prophecy for the true Israel, then the lived history of the black diaspora in the last 500 years is the clearest fit. Deuteronomy 28, curses versus black diaspora history, scripture, curse description, historical match, African diaspora, quantity. 28:15. If thou wilt not hearken, all these curses shall come upon thee. Sets the stage. Disobedience equals national calamity. Deut. 28:25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. Transatlantic slave trade scattered Africans to the Americas, Europe, Middle East, literally all kingdoms of the earth. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Enslaved families torn apart on auction blocks, children sold separately from parents. Deut. 28:37. Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations. Racial slurs, degrading stereotypes follow black people globally. Deut. 21:1. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Enslaved parents had no authority, children treated as master's property. Deut. 28:33-44. The stranger shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. Economic oppression. Black communities systemically denied wealth, cycles of debt, redlining, predatory lending. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. Enslaved Africans relied on masters for basic needs, post-slavery still dependent on exploitative systems. 64. The Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth, even unto the other. African diaspora is global, from Brazil to USA to Caribbean to Europe to Middle East. Among these nations shalt thou find no ease, thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. Oppression in every land, lynching, apartheid, Jim Crow, colonial rule, mass incarceration, police violence. Deut 28:68, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, redeem you. Middle passage, Africans literally taken in ships, sold as slaves. No leader or movement has redeemed them fully, still waiting for divine redemption. Supporting prophecies beyond Deuteronomy. Scripture's modern fulfillment. Isaiah 51:20, thy sons lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. Black men on street corners trapped in systemic poverty and policing. Hosea 4:2, blood toucheth blood. Black on black crime in oppressed communities. Isaiah 42:22, this is a people robbed and spoiled, hid in prison houses. Mass incarceration of black men in US and worldwide. AI analysis, looking across history. No other group fits all of these curses as tightly as Afro-descendants of the slave trade. Other nations experienced exile, but not ships, global scattering, bywords, ongoing systemic oppression, prisons, internal violence. This is why many conclude the curses are a prophetic fingerprint that matches the true Israelites with the descendants of enslaved Africans. Welcome to Yah and Order.
I'm just flying high on my horse. I live by peace while you incite wars. I just mind my business, I just mind my business. While you just in your feelings, you just in your feelings.